from both sides who had served there for a long time, because the evidence was pointing to some of them having been compromised and having been conflicted with the local issues in that area. Thirdly, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, we are encouraging the security teams from the Kericho side and the Kisumu side to carry joint patrols together so that we make it clear to the residents of that area that security is a national asset, security is a national good, it has nothing to do with boundaries. And therefore the police, the National Police Service of Kenya, for example, whether they are serving in Kericho or Kisumu, are the National Police Service of the Republic of Kenya. So they are doing joint patrols. So on the Kericho side, the team from Kisumu and the team from Kericho patrolling together. And then occasionally also, side, the two teams patrolling together. We believe this way will demystify or rather reduce the notion which was there that the police on either side was trying to protect the interest of each side. These are National Police Service officers, and they serve the country equally. Right Honorable Speaker, thirdly, we have arrested and prosecuted suspects. The following people or accused persons have been arrested and arraigned before court for cattle theft, because in those skirmishes there has also been a case of livestock theft, low scale but quite disruptive in that area. The following people have been arrested and taken to court: Festus Chepkwonyi, Charles Kipkemboi, Walter Omolo Ogutu, Gabriel Ombusa Bolo, Barak Omondi, and Pongeso. We have also enhanced the sharing of intelligence among the security agencies and enhanced the collaboration with both state and non-state actors, including peace organization and other organizations in that area who are helping us with peace. The NCIC also, the National Commission National Cohesion and Integration Commission, has also been facilitating communities there to engage with each other, which is also a government initiative. And finally, I want to commend on behalf of the national government the efforts taken by the governors of the two counties recently, the governor of Kericho County, the governor of Kisumu County, by helping communities to talk to each other and make sure that we have long-standing peace in that area. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, the measures that have been put in place are effective because normalcy has been returned in that area. The schools that had been closed have been reopened, businesses have resumed, and the Sondu open air market is currently operational. I submit.
Honorable Senator for Kisumu, pursuant to Standing Order 51C7A, you have
Mr. Speaker,
to have two supplementary questions.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, my supplementary question is on floods that have afflicted the same victims of clashes. I want the CS to tell the House when he intends to visit the flood infested or the flood affected victims of the Sondu clashes. Mr. Speaker, sir, the sub-county of Nyakach specifically has been afflicted by floods, and the sub-county of Nyando and Kisumu. We have Kapothe, we have Nyakach, we have Kabonyo Kanyagwal that have suffered from the backflow of Lake Victoria. I just want the CS to tell the House when he's visiting Kisumu and myself, just to share with us, we want to know that the government is concerned about us, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable CS.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether it will be in order for me just to say that I'll visit very soon, because the results are mainly two. Right now, the whole country is engulfed in a huge crisis, and we are trying to ensure that we respond and are available to as many emergencies as possible, including the emergency right now in Nyando. It's one of them. And secondly, also, this space, we do not have the privilege of having publicly available long-term calendars published. But I'll be in Kisumu soon in the next few days, and I'll notify the Senator for Kisumu County.
Senator Aaron Cheriot.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to welcome Majority Leader Emeritus, the CS for Interior, into this House, always diligent in finding time to come and respond to issues of members. And I appreciate when he takes time to engage us like he has done this morning. Mr. Speaker, I had earlier requested to speak, but you didn't grant me an opportunity. And serving in a position of responsibility or leadership in the House comes with its cost sometimes, part of which includes not picketing at the Speaker when they don't grant you an opportunity. And therefore I missed out on an opportunity to ask the CS, because we were talking about bloggers and people who've been hurt. At the time of his coming to office, there was a very serious case of 2 Indian nationals who used to work in the communications team of President William Ruto, who were brutally murdered, just like...
So, Majority Leader, let me use my limited powers given to me and understanding order number 1 to allow you to ask that question, and then you can pick one for this particular question.
Another privilege of being leader of majority. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, if the minister finds it...
Njitagwo Ndonga murugamiriri mawega thabari nene yambagia na ikinya rimwe ukatugukombithie buroti urihe na mwaka omwe.
Njitagwo Njenga murugamiriri mawega migunda no itu yothe hakuhi na bara ya rami ni ya 50 by 100 na yothe ina title deed.
Buroti cito cie Joska Mara Kamuru Kantafu na Komahiri Dume kwene na ndugu yaku na landlord ni mbeca.
Ithuĩ twĩ tatumia athaki o hamwe na aini tugĩte kũndũ ti kũngĩ Mawega Company.
Ona ithuĩ athuri noguo tugĩte
makiheaga andũ mwaka ũmwe kũrĩha
na mĩgũnda yao ĩ hakuhĩ na rami.
Na toguo wika nĩ tũrĩ na ready title deeds. We are turning tenants into landlords.
Neho hau
tucerere Kasarani nyũmba-inĩ ya Max Plaza, third floor, opposite Kasarani Police Station. Kana ũhũre thimũ 0798 555 444. Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
Niĩ njitagwo Joy wa Macharia kana mũndũrũme kĩea na mĩgũnda yakwa yothe njigithagia na Mawega Company Limited. Kũndũ we ũrarora ũkona nĩ kĩea.
Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
Njitagwo Mama Edu Original, the one and only lioness in the city. Na gũkũ kwa Mawega nokuo ũngĩheo kanya ũrĩhe na mwaka ũmwe kamwendaga atĩa.
Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
Onyuaga ngiri okaria 50 ni ũrimũ. Niĩ njitagwo Wanja Asali na handũ ha kũnyuaga ngiri ĩyo ũkaria 50 rĩ ũka wĩigithie gũkũ kwa Mawega Company Limited wĩgwatĩre gaburoti wĩkuo mwana witũ. Thank you.
Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
Thabari nene yambagia na ikinya rimwe ukatugukombithie buroti urihe na mwaka omwe.
Migunda no itu yothe hakuhi na bara ya rami ni ya 50 by 100 na yothe ina title deed.
Buroti cito cie Joska Mara Kamuru Kantafu na Komahiri Dume kwene na ndugu yaku na landlord ni mbeca.
Ithuĩ twĩ tatumia athaki o hamwe na aini tugĩte kũndũ ti kũngĩ Mawega Company.
Makiheaga andũ mwaka ũmwe kũrĩha
na mĩgũnda yao ĩ hakuhĩ na rami.
Toguo wika nĩ tũrĩ na ready title deeds. We are turning tenants into landlords.
Neho hau
tucerere Kasarani nyũmba-inĩ ya Max Plaza. Kana ũhũre thimũ 0798 555 444. Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
Muheani mutugani ngumo ya mawĩko maku nĩyũĩkaine kumotene. Bwana asifiwe. Jitago Phyllis Buthia na goko kwa Mawega Company Limited tuena project jega muno Umoja Gardens haria Mala na we Mala Shopping Center urathie 2 kilometers ukagia na kea giaku handu hega muno na ihinda riri kwina mbura nguririkanie niguo uramenya migunda ria miega tuthie haria Umoja Gardens wone hatire maria hatire handu afladete ni handu hega muno ungenjia gwaka ona riu kwina mbura woka na ngiri 100 ukuriha unyite kea giaku tukahe mwaka mugima urikie na Ngai witu akora kurathimite woka na bia ciaku cash 850 uke nacio ci hamwe urainoka wi mwene mugunda na taitoli twakugarurira. Bwana asifiwe. Hakinya hau gakwira Ngai ucio muheani mutugani akurathime na bia wone 100 uke tukunekea wone 850 uke tukunekea Umoja Gardens haria Mala just next to Mala Shopping Center and God bless you.
Mawega Company Limited, turning tenants into landlords.
The matter we had in court. Honorable members of the Select Committee, we have always had a problem in this country since we got independence. And the problem is of what I term, and some academics term, portfolio corruption. Individuals who have been given portfolios and they are corrupt. The word corrupt here does not necessarily mean one taking money, but one not being responsible in his job or the job that he has been given by the president or by the state. This is a case we have in this before you today. What is important to look at is perception. Perception is important. Strictly speaking, in this case, one does not have to give evidence at all. It is a case that can be determined on perception. Honorable Venturi was given a high office of being Minister for Agriculture. If I may say so, it is perhaps the most powerful ministry in the government, which is supposed to take care of issues of poverty that we have in the country. He was responsible. He cannot turn around and say that I was not. He was responsible. And what I want to say to you, honorable members of the Select Committee, you must not try to determine this case on the technicalities. If you do so, you will be letting down Kenyans. I appear in the court. Courts have got their own limitations. They have to go strictly by the law of evidence. Fortunately, before you, the law of evidence is not the all. You are quasi-judicial organ, and you are expected to look at this matter in much broader and so guilty, according to perception. And that's why Wanana Wamboki, the one who was instructing me, brought this matter before you as the representatives of the people to look at the matter very, very broadly. There is a concept prevailing in academic circles or in books and so on called state capture. This country is under state capture because of corruption. And the corruption can only be minimized, can only be swept under the carpet if Parliament rises to the occasion. Courts may make a contribution, but they are controlled by technicalities, the law of evidence. this noble house is not controlled by technicalities at all. Let us go by perception. Let us look at the matter in this very broad manner and find out whether we can get a solution for the country. As politicians sometimes say, let us find out what Mama Mboga would say about this. And indeed, if you go and carry out a census to find out what Mama Mboga would say, Mama Mboga would say, Honorable Nturi should have resigned long time ago as a matter of principle. He should not continue to be a minister in charge of agriculture at all. I urge you very respectfully, let us move on with those few remarks. Let us move on as quickly as possible and go back to do some work. If I may borrow the words that my client has used,